Stop alerting!
Emergency level 11.
11?
Alert. Level 11.
Why would they make this go to 11?
What's going on? What's the emergency?
The Flash has become one of the most popular shows in the Arrowverse, and fans can't get enough of the speedster and his team. And why would they? Even if the storylines can be pretty out there, it is a show that is all about love and family. And of course, a whole lot of action. It doesn't matter what team Flash faces, they always stick together. The writing for the show is great, but there are some moments that come directly from the cast themselves. And then there are scenes that don't make it onto the show that really should have. These are the Flash unscripted moments and deleted scenes. Warning, mild spoilers ahead. Please remember to hit the like button if you enjoy this video, then subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications. That way we can always keep you up to date with anything we post. First up comes from the Invasion crossover. There are a lot of funny moments that are written onto the Flash. It is a pretty funny show, but one of the most memorable and funniest moments wasn't actually scripted. It was the moment that Iris found out that Oliver Queen was the Green Arrow. Let's face it, she might love Barry, but Iris isn't dead. Grant Gustin is pretty cute as Barry Allen, but Stephen Amell is smoking hot, and no one can deny it. So in this episode, when Iris finds out who Ollie actually is, she speaks a line that we all felt. She asks Barry, "So Oliver Queen is the Green Arrow?" And then before he can even answer, she says, "Oh my God, he just got so much hotter." I can't find any lies there. That exchange wasn't actually written into the script, but I am sure it was a very natural thought that could pop up. Candace Patton, who plays Iris, has said that the moment was unscripted, but that she had to admit that it didn't completely come just from her. Whoever came up with it was brilliant, and it was one of the most memorable moments from The Flash. Ralph engages panic mode. We all know that Ralph Dibny can be a bit clumsy and has a tendency to mess up, and that is exactly what he seems to do in a deleted scene from the show. Iris and Barry are gone on holiday, and they have left Ralph all alone at Star Labs. In the scene, he wants to watch a bit of television, but instead of activating that mode, he activates the panic mode, and he doesn't know how to get it off. Obviously, Iris and Barry were never going to leave Star Labs in danger, so they came running back. But they were less than thrilled when they realized that it was a false alarm. Iris's reaction is pretty funny, going on about how she is supposed to be on a beach drinking drinks with little umbrellas. And then Barry made a comment that fans might never have thought of before. He said how difficult it is to run in flip-flops. I don't know what their problem was. It's not like they had to pay for their travels to get back, or that it probably took all that long to get back to the beach anyway. It was a fun scene that would have added a light moment if it had made it onto the show. Iris's wedding dress. Another moment where the actor was given massive creative freedom was when it came time to choose Iris's wedding dress. Normally, the wardrobe department would create an outfit on the specifications that the writers give them, but for this iconic Iris outfit, they allowed Candace Patton to take the lead and have all of the control. Patton shared that the show actually flew her out to LA to Monique Louillier so that she could find the perfect wedding dress for Iris. A dress that would have all the style and beauty that we would expect from a character that is as stylish as Iris. But at the same time, they needed to make sure that it was a dress that would be comfortable and almost indestructible. Iris was going to be in that dress for a while and would face a lot of challenges while wearing it. She needed to be ready for anything. It was a dress that was going to be put through the ringer, and it still needed to look pretty good by the end. And they gave Patton all of the responsibility and the fun of choosing the dress and making sure it works. Multiverse collides. The Flash has introduced us to a lot of different worlds and timelines. It can get a little bit confusing, but it can create a lot of fun too. Sometimes it allows different actors who have played the same characters in different forms to meet each other and have fun interactions. And that is what happened in one of the episodes of another crossover episode called Crisis on Infinite Earths. Not only did the multiverse collide, but movie and television worlds collided too. Ezra Miller's The Flash comes face to face with Grant Gustin's The Flash. It was pretty cool to see them checking out each other's suits and having a bromance moment, and the creators revealed a fact that made the moment even better. Most of the interaction between the two characters was completely unscripted, and most of it came from the actors themselves. And one of the best pieces of dialogue was surprisingly unscripted too, when Grant says that he is the Flash too, and then Ezra's character is a little bit confused. Why was this such a great moment? Because Ezra's Flash had never used the name, so this might be the first time he hears the name. It was the typical type of lighthearted moment that the Flash is so great in creating in between all of the action-packed moments. Cisco and the Bees. Cisco is one of the wittiest characters on the Flash. Not only does he name all of the bad guys, but his one-liners are some of the best in the entire Arrowverse. You never know what Cisco is going to say and what he is going going to come up with next. And the awesome part is that is apparently completely true of the actor Carlos Valdez too. The rest of the cast and creators have said that he is a master of improvisation, and many of Sisko's funniest and wittiest moments came from Carlos, including one of his most quoted pieces of dialogue ever. The team was chasing a bad guy that used honeybees to attack his enemies. Sisko made sure that the rest of the team knew how much this situation upset him. He asked why it had to be bees and that he didn't do bees, but this was just one of the moments that were completely spontaneous from the actor. A lot of the stuff that Sisko says is unscripted. So the next time you watch The Flash, keep in mind and try to figure out what Sisko says actually comes from the writer's room and what is from Carlos. Sisko's deleted music scene. Speaking of Sisko, there was one deleted scene that showed a whole other side of the character, his more musical, artistic side. It is a scene where Sisko plays on his guitar, and I must say he did it really well. You can enjoy the music just as much as the rest of the cast in the scene seemed to enjoy it. It was pretty cool to see how talented he was, and if the scene was included into the show, it would have changed the way we look at Sisko just a little bit. And with what we know about how musically talented Grant Gustin is from his days on the hit show Glee, then it might be time for the two stars to team up and make a Flash band. Iris struggles to say goodbye to Barry. Barry and Iris are one of the cutest couples on any show ever, in my opinion. They have been friends since they were kids. Then they fell in love and became the power couple we know and love today. But they have had to face their fair share of challenges. One of the most challenging moments probably came from seeing the future where Barry had disappeared and knowing the day that the Flash goes missing. This was one of the saddest scenes that never made it onto the show. Iris is trying to write an article about the fact that the Flash had disappeared, but as she shares with her father Joe in this heartbreaking moment, she can't focus on the loss that the world would have from missing the Flash. All she could think about was the small moments that she would miss with her husband each and every day. Him making breakfast for her, and all the little things she would miss from their life together. It was really sad and made you feel for Iris even more. Of course, the scene wouldn't be complete without Joe giving some typical Joe wisdom too. It was a sweet and sad scene between father and daughter. Barry admitting that he created Flashpoint. Another beautiful deleted father and daughter scene came in the form of a conversation between Barry and Nora. From the moment Nora comes to the past to meet her father, she is trying to live up to him and to become as strong as him, but she manages to make a lot of mistakes and make some situations worse. It isn't great for her self-esteem, but that is what makes this deleted scene even more poignant and sweet. During this conversation between Barry and his daughter, he admits to his own mistakes. He has to admit that he created Flashpoint and had to live in that reality for quite a while, but that just made things worse, not better. It was an open conversation between father and daughter that would have helped them understand each other better. First encounter with Mirror Iris. When Iris went off one night to follow a lead and she got stuck in the mirror with Eva, she left Barry a note. We might have wondered where that note went when she got stuck in the mirror, but a deleted scene explained what happened. When Barry encounters Mirror Iris in the middle of the night, she destroys the note and any hope for Iris's speedy return. Deleted and unscripted scenes can add even more to a show. Thanks for watching.